dedicated to all who have ever worked at or on behalf of the farm and garden and the apprenticeship, and to this year's apprentice class. But more specifically to two recent apprentice grads, Matt McHugh and Josh Anderson, two Iraq war vets instrumental in the evolution of the Farmer Veteran Coalition. They had their boots on the ground in both the cradle of civilization and agriculture, and now have their boots on the ground in a different manner, helping other vets regain a sense of themselves and a new sense of place through farming. And lastly, to this year's second-year apprentices, who are indeed the lifeblood of the program. I regard them as friends and emerging peers. They inform my teaching and are the light of the world. So, on the breaking of ground for apprentice housing in a spot that used to grow European prune plums, Prunus domestica. It's about living on the land. It's an honor and a privilege, and it's right as rain. Of course, it's about all things crepuscular, dawn and dusk. It's about a cadre of young idealists and some not so young anymore. Earth workers, servants of the season in the morning's early light. They're organic, formed from living things as organic matter. A group we call apprentices, from the French verb apprendre, to learn, a novice, a beginner. And as spring turns slowly into autumn, they transform the landscape, fields, gardens, and of course the trees. And in turn, they are transformed by the landscape as they put their shadows on the ground on a daily basis, embodying that old Chinese proverb, the best fertilizer is the footsteps of the farmer. It's about a peripatetic style of learning, walking, talking, working, exalting in the physicality of it. Some say I do, we do, you do. It's about permeability, openness, and passage, as in a permeable soil surface. It's about diffusion here and well beyond the perimeter fence. It's about osmosis and osmotic potential, figuratively, of course, but maybe, just maybe, literally as well. Osmosis and the movement of a solvent. In this case, it's fingertip knowledge, through permeable membranes, as in our minds, bodies, and souls, from a solution with high concentration, 43 years on the land, to a lower concentration, new apprentices, towards an equilibrium. It's about the confluence of science and art, science to be respected, learned, mastered, and art, hey, art can't hurt you. Big 10, UCSC, under the umbrella of CASPAS, but originally it was called the Student Farm and Garden Project. Project, a noun, a task set as an educational exercise requiring students to do their own work and show the results. There will be a test. But ultimately, it's about two things. One, terra primum, earth first, in a gentle manner, of course. And it's about that passage from the Old Testament, Isaiah 2:4, chapter and verse. It shall come to pass, they will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let me repeat that line. And their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Thanks.